we just take a second to look at these new pants I got? Boop. Hey guys! Okay, so something I've been getting asked so frequently on social media is, how did you lose weight? How can I lose weight? Are you on a meal plan? Lots and lots of questions. So I just decided today that I was going to film a video and just answer a few of the questions that I've been asked. So if you're interested in losing weight or interested in how I lost weight and got lean, this is the video for you to watch. Okay, the first question is, your transformation is amazing, thank you. How much cardio do you normally do to lose weight? So there's no right or wrong amount of cardio to do. What cardio does is it increases your calorie burn for the day. Therefore, you can eat the same amount of food, more food even, and you're still in a calorie deficit, so you're gonna lose weight. So say I ate 1,500 calories and my body naturally burned 1,600 that day. By doing an extra 200 calories of cardio, it's increased that deficit, which means I'm gonna lose weight. Cardio just also makes you feel good. I know it sucks when you're doing it, but for me, when I do cardio and I get sweaty, I feel like I've really worked. So I think any amount of cardio is a good amount of cardio. So this person has lost weight over 9 weeks. Congratulations. But you've hit a plateau. I'm doing HIIT workouts with some weight training. Just wondered how you managed to lose 12 kg. If you've hit a plateau, all you need to do is have a look at your training. Have you changed it up recently? If you haven't, you probably should. You want to kind of shock your body into doing something new, maybe even start going to a class with a friend, or just change the exercises you're doing. Also have a play around with cardio, like maybe increase it by 10 minutes. It's not just about training and how much you're doing. I constantly have people say, I train 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and I'm not losing any weight. Like, you need to look at the bigger picture, like what foods are you eating, and what's your lifestyle like outside of training? Are you sitting at a desk all day? All it could be is maybe going on an extra 15-20 minute walk a day, walking instead of getting the bus, and you will start to see changes. Did this change happen quickly? How did it happen? I seem to eat really well for 2 weeks and then have crazy binge days. Okay. Another question I also got asked was, what was your start weight? So I'm gonna tell you that from the start. So my start weight was 55 kg. I'm now about 43, 44 kg. Haven't really weighed myself this week, but I'm in and around that. It wasn't like I had this time frame and this goal weight. It just was like every single day committing to something, and I didn't even expect to lose that much weight, to be honest. It wasn't like I set off like with this goal weight in mind. It's just over time that's what my weight has become, and it is quite significant because I'm really petite. I'm only 5'1", so like that amount of weight on a small person is very, very noticeable. I did lose that amount of weight, and I think it was pretty much all fat, to be honest, because I'm feeling stronger than ever and I feel like I've made some gains. So yeah, that was kind of that. Now back to the question. Eat really well and you're having binges every 2 weeks. Don't think of them as binges. Eat really well and then allow yourself a cheat meal. And I'm not talking about a cheat day. Replace one of your meals with a cheat meal. It gets it out your system. You enjoy yourself, and then just go straight back on track for the next meal. Like, don't have a cheat day or a cheat weekend or a cheat week. Just give yourself a meal every 1 week, every 2 weeks, and then you're not gonna have some cravings. This person obviously wants to do well because they do well for 2 weeks at a time. So don't think just because you've had one meal that your progress is over. That's just like one cheat thing or one little treat, and then just go back on it and you're still gonna make progress. Congrats on your comp, you look sensational. Thank you very much, you were so sweet. Would love to know the changes you made and what you found the hardest of challenges. Changes I made, I started eating more food but I started eating really like natural whole foods. So when you say like the typical term clean eating, that's what I started doing, pretty much non-processed foods. But this wasn't like from day one. I wasn't like, I'm not gonna eat processed foods. It was like day one I just started like cutting things out like protein bars, which I loved. Just going to the shop and buying like pre-packaged things, like ready meals I used to eat all the time. I just wouldn't eat like proper meals. Like I would just constantly snack like on pre-made snacks, on like processed food. Even if it was like healthier processed food, it wasn't like whole foods. Like I wasn't cooking vegetables. For me, that was like the one big change. The next big change was getting consistent with my training, and also I added cardio in. So they were the big changes. Okay, so the next question is, did you count macros? What did they look like? No, I did not count macros. I followed a meal plan that obviously was tailored to me, and I did though put the meal plan into MyFitnessPal and figure out my macros. Just so I kind of knew what I was having. If I was out and about or in a case of emergency, I knew kind of what I could and couldn't have. For the whole kind of 15-20 weeks of my weight loss transformation prep thing, having about 130 grams of protein, give or take. My carbs chopped and changed. Some weeks they were high, some weeks they were low, but I never ever have done no carbs, ever. Everyone knows I love porridge so much, so always have carbs. What's important to remember is per 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, per 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories, and per 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So fats are higher in calories, so you can kind of have less of them in your overall calorie consumption. So some people do a high fat, low carb diet because you couldn't really do high fat, high carb, high protein, because then you wouldn't lose weight. The next part of the question, was your 12 kg loss broken into phases? No, it wasn't broken into phases at all. It was just every single day I committed to my meal plan, I committed to my training, and I just ate well and trained well. That was it. From day 1 to, I don't even know how many days, 20 weeks later, it was pretty much the same. It was very steady, very gradual. The only thing that changed constantly was the amount of cardio I did. Oh, let's not forget cardio. How many times a week and what form? So cardio, I would do Stairmaster when I had access to one, which wasn't all the time, or treadmill incline walk, because that's what I quite enjoyed. I don't really like the elliptical. I don't like my arms going and my legs going at the same time. Doesn't do it for me. Also don't like the funny little stepper. Can never get into the groove of it. So yeah, incline walk, 15, like the highest when it goes, 3.5, 4, 3. And Stairmaster, again, slow and steady, anywhere between speed 5 to 9, 10. And I would just go with the flow. I aimed for 6 days a week. Not always possible, not gonna lie. Some days I couldn't get it done, but I made sure I walked a lot on them days, or I made sure I'd done some form of activity. If I didn't physically have the time to go and do cardio, or like I just wasn't feeling like it, I would go on like a really long walk or a brisk walk, or I would, I don't know, do a grocery shop and run around Sainsbury's. I just made sure my activity was up. I was still getting a good overall daily burn. And then some days I didn't do it, and that's fine. I still lost the weight, and just goes to show, like, you listen to your body, and like as long as you're consistent and you're not constantly taking breaks, you'll be fine. How do you overcome cravings for chocolate or junk food? I can't get rid of these things. Gal, I feel you. Okay, so at the start, if you even go back on my videos to when I first kind of started doing my Jade to Stage series, I really struggled. I needed sweet things. I was using a lot of sauces, syrups that were like low in calories or basically no calories to kind of get that, like, satisfy my sweet tooth. Also like things like fizzy drinks that are sugar-free, and also sugar-free jelly. Like that stuff at the start I was having so much of. But what I can tell you is them cravings go away. Because what you realize after putting really wholesome good foods into your body for so long, other foods don't taste good. Like, they make you feel bad. I had a protein bar the other day and I felt sick after it. Like, it didn't feel nice in my tummy, And I think it's because my body is so used to having like amazing, wholesome, yummy food that's good for it, that when I put something that's processed or artificial in there, it's a bit like, what is that? The cravings go away. So if you are trying to like steer away from junk food and stuff like that, maybe substituting it with sugar-free things in moderation might help you at the start, but I wouldn't say rely on them forever. Like really try and just cut it back. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have the junk food. Like, have it, but once in a while, have it for a treat. So yeah, I just think whole foods are better. They make you feel good, and then you kind of, the cravings go away when you realize how great you feel when you've got good food in your body. Did you do cardio as well as weights? Yes, I did. At the start, I was actually only weight training 3 days a week, and I was doing cardio about 5 or 6. This was just like a really good way to start my weight training and get really consistent with it, because I wasn't before. I'd like go like maybe once or twice a week, kind of. So it was really good to go 3 days a week, and then I did the cardio like 5 or 6 days a week to start with, and yeah. I'm not saying cardio is what you have to do to lose weight. It's not at all, but it definitely helps, and eating healthy and being active is what's going to make you lose weight. How did you lose all that weight? Did you have a certain exercise regime? My exercise regime was just going to the gym, doing cardio. One day I trained shoulders, one day I trained back, and 2 days I trained legs. My cardio was pretty consistent, and then my food changed weekly, but not massively. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it cleared any questions you had up. I'm always happy to chat, answer some questions, so please feel free to drop me an email, send me a message on Instagram, or tweet me. My Instagram is... So thank you for watching, and see you soon.